Good morning. Welcome back to Nono's Garage. Today we're going to be putting some snow tires on old Gloria. This is my Gloria. We had our first taste of snow yesterday and it's all gone now, but it came as a warning sign to get my butt in gear and get some snow tires on Gloria so I don't end up causing a traffic jam on some of the slippery hills around here like half the other people. Just an update on what's going on in the shop. The 850 has been stripped down to the frame. We sent the frame out for blasting and it's currently at the powder coater and waiting for that to get completed, and we can start assembling the 850. While the 850 is away, I put the California up on the table so I can get the winter maintenance done on that. It's time for an oil change, maybe a set of spark plugs and filters. We'll have a look at the brakes on that as well. Today we hope to get the gonna get the snow tires on and possibly throw in an oil change on Gloria. And so we're ready for the next few months. Well, the tires on Gloria are done. Air pressure is all set to manufacturer specifications. And the wheels have all been torqued on. Please, if you ever do your own tire changes, finish it off with the torque wrench. The impact works great, but usually it over tightens them. Depending on how much air pressure you have in your air compressor, you can even have them loose. Ask me how I know. It's not a good situation. Always finish up with a torque wrench. Don't walk away from the job until you do it. We're all distracted, some of us more so than others, and we can forget. So before you walk away from the job, finish it off with the torque wrench. Now we're going to try and drain the oil on old Gloria. And the first thing we have to do is take off this plastic belly pan. just to get access to the drain plug, and the oil filter we do from above. So I'll never remember the size of this. Obviously I just do this twice a year. There we go. Third time's a charm. See if I can do it without wearing it. There we go. Very straightforward. Get the oil out of the engine, put the pan plug back in, drop it down on the ground, and do the well, I might leave it jacked up and do the air filter because I'll probably spill some oil. It's just a pain where they have this filter, which I'll show you shortly. Fortunately, no chunks came out, so all is good. Now we're going to get the filter changed. I apologize for this part of the video. The stand I have for my camera is not tall enough to get right in overhead, but I think you'll be able to see that it's a pain in the ass. I had to loosen off this clamp, move this air conditioning line ever so slightly to get it out of the way. Without doing it, it's not coming out of there. It's a canister filter, which means I have to unscrew a canister to get the filter out, and it is mounted upside down like a lot of newer European engines, and it makes a mess. So I've got these oil absorbent pads. I jam around the filter and underneath the filter to catch oil. I don't want oil running all over the engine and making a mess. Get my 22mm socket on my universal joint and thread it down the front of the engine to get on top of the oil filter, and it should come out of there. Yeah. I don't know why they mount these filters in the worst spot and make it an upside down filter that drips oil everywhere. Now try to snake it out. There you go. I wasn't very successful in not making a mess, but it could have been worse. To clean that up with some brake clean. But here's the filter inside this canister, and yeah, bet somebody stayed up several nights to try and come up with this design. Anyway, it works, I guess. So here we are. We're going to put the new filter in the filter housing. The filter they gave me today is a Baldwin P9605. New filter element and a new O-ring. Gotta make sure everything's clean, or no dirt anyway. Oily it can be oily, but not gritty. What I'm doing now is just running my screwdriver underneath the O-ring. This lets the O-ring straighten itself out and make sure there's no twists, because where it's twisted, it's harder and it can cut on your way in. So you always want to run something underneath the O-ring a couple of times, make sure the O-ring's not twisted. There we are. Now I'm going to just get some white grease on the O-ring. Now it's ready for installation. So the filter is back in, and the mess I made is cleaned up. My AC line is snapped back into place. And here's a bird's eye view of where I was working. Let's see if I can get my big mitts out of the way, but there's the filter canister down in there. And of course it's not straight, it's on an angle, and it's an awkward thing to get to. And you just can't pull it out of there without running into interference with the air washer bottle, this AC line. But we got it done, and I like to complain. So anyway, it's all done and cleaned up. Now I'll screw the belly pan back on, drop the car down, and make sure we put some oil in it. Stay tuned. Well, there you have it. Gloria's got her winter boots on and a fresh oil change, and she's ready for the next few months. Hopefully it doesn't get too cold or too snowy. Wet it will be. But anyway, she's ready. She's got a full jug of washer fluid and like I say, new tires. Not new, winter tires. There they are. And ready till spring. Talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you next time.